When you visit the Hudson Valley, you have to get out on the water. And this summer, you can actually travel to the island of Pollepel and visit Bannerman's Castle.
If you've ever traveled north on the eastern shore of the Hudson during the fall when the leaves are sparse, you may have noticed this, a mysterious castle, decayed and in ruins. This is Bannerman's Castle, an island arsenal built by military surplus dealer Francis Bannerman VI. You can visit and tour the island by kayak as well as by passenger vessel, but today we had the opportunity to take a private tour with Tom Johnson, who is one of the estate's trusts, penned the book about the history of the castle, and the entrepreneurial Scottish immigrant who built it.
He basically bought an island to build an arsenal or warehouse for his arms goods because he needed to find a place for safe storage of black powder. He had purchased 90% of the captured military goods at the end of the Spanish-American War, large supply of black powder being potentially hazardous and dangerous. He needed to find a place for safe storage.
Now, as a functional warehouse, so to speak, it's very intricate. Why is it designed in this fashion?
I think it's designed in that fashion for a couple of reasons. One, it was an attention getter, and it got him free publicity.
Also housed in the arsenal were museum-like pieces of wartime history, including suits of armor and Civil War antique military goods. He even had some combat artifacts that dated back to the Stone Age. He wanted to provide military history education to researchers, but after his death, the castle began to fall into disrepair. An explosion in the 20s did some damage, but by the 50s, the family business was becoming somewhat obsolete. Transportation operations moved away from barges to trucks, which could not access the island. But setting foot onto the island does give you a glimpse into what life was like for the family of this Gilded Age businessman. For info on tours, just check us out on Facebook. And while Francis Bannerman dealt in armory, many say it was in fact a way to promote peace.
At his store at 501 Broadway in New York, he maintained a museum that he called the Museum of Lost Arts because he wanted us to study war and warfare to learn to no longer practice it. I think the man was fascinating.